A silent shift is already happening inside us. Welcome to Information World. For most of human history, we have imagined evolution as something buried in the distant past. We think of ancient oceans, primitive cells, dinosaurs, and early primates climbing down from trees. Evolution feels slow, almost frozen in time. But the truth is far more unsettling and far more exciting. Evolution never stopped. It is happening right now, inside every cell of your body. The real question is not whether humans will evolve. The real question is what we will become. To understand whether humans could evolve into a new species, we first need to understand what a species actually is. In biology, a species is typically defined as a group of organisms that can reproduce with one another and produce fertile offspring. When two populations become so genetically different that they can no longer successfully interbreed, a new species is born. This process is called speciation. It usually happens when populations become isolated. Geographic barriers like mountains, oceans, or climate shift separate groups. Over thousands or millions of years, genetic differences accumulate. Natural selection shapes them in different ways. Eventually, they are no longer the same species. So the question becomes more precise. Could humanity split into two or more populations that become so different that they can no longer interbreed? And if so, how would that happen in our modern world? In the past, isolation was physical. A group would migrate to an island. Another would be trapped behind glaciers. Today, physical isolation is rare. Airplanes and global communication connect nearly every part of the planet. We are more genetically mixed than ever before. That mixing actually slows down traditional speciation because gene flow keeps populations similar. But evolution does not depend only on geography anymore. For the first time in Earth's history, a species has gained the power to direct its own evolution. Let us begin with natural selection, the mechanism made famous by Charles Darwin. Natural selection favors traits that improve survival and reproduction in a particular environment. In ancient times, those traits might have been stronger muscles, sharper vision, or resistance to disease. Today, our environment is no longer just forests and savannas. It is cities, digital networks, artificial light, processed food, and global travel. These modern environments create new selective pressures. For example, humans are already evolving in response to disease. Certain populations have genetic variations that provide resistance to malaria. Others have variations that affect how they process lactose. Even within the last few thousand years, our genomes have changed. Some scientists have found evidence that human brain-related genes have continued evolving relatively recently. Others have identified changes in immune system genes. Evolution did not end with the Stone Age. It simply changed direction. Now imagine a future where climate change dramatically alters the planet. Rising temperatures, shifting weather patterns, and new disease environments could create powerful evolutionary pressures. Populations in extremely hot regions might gradually develop greater heat tolerance. Skin pigmentation, sweat gland density, and metabolic efficiency could shift over generations. At the same time, humans living in colder regions or underground habitats might evolve in entirely different ways. If such groups became isolated long enough, divergence could begin. But this is only the beginning. The most revolutionary force in future evolution may not be nature. It may be technology. We are entering an era of genetic engineering. Tools like CRISPR allow scientists to edit DNA with increasing precision. Today, these tools are used cautiously, mostly for research and medical treatment. But in the future, genetic modification could become widespread. Imagine parents choosing specific traits for their children. Enhanced immunity, increased intelligence, stronger bones, resistance to aging. If certain societies adopt genetic enhancement while others reject it, genetic divergence could accelerate dramatically. Within a few centuries, enhanced humans and non-enhanced humans might differ significantly at the genetic level. If those differences become large enough, reproduction between groups could become biologically complicated. A new branch of humanity could emerge. This would not be evolution driven purely by natural selection. It would be guided evolution. Directed evolution. There is another factor that could reshape our species even more dramatically: artificial intelligence and cybernetic integration. Already, humans rely on external devices to extend cognitive abilities. Smartphones act as external memory. Algorithms assist decision-making. Brain-computer interfaces are being tested, allowing direct communication between neural signals and machines. If neural implants become common, humans might begin merging biologically with digital systems. Over time, individuals who integrate deeply with technology may develop different cognitive patterns. Their brains may physically adapt to constant interface with machines. Now imagine that some humans choose to upload aspects of their consciousness into digital systems. While this concept remains speculative, research into neural mapping and artificial consciousness continues. If a future population transitions partially or fully into digital existence, would they still be considered human? From a biological perspective, perhaps not. Another powerful evolutionary force is space colonization. If humanity establishes permanent colonies on Mars or other planets, isolation will return in a new form. Mars has lower gravity, higher radiation exposure, and a different day length. Humans living there for thousands of years could adapt physically. Lower gravity might favor taller, more slender bodies. Bone density could decrease. Radiation resistance might increase. Vision might adapt to different light conditions. If Martian humans remain isolated from Earth long enough, genetic divergence would be almost inevitable. Eventually, Earth humans and Martian humans might struggle to produce viable offspring. At that point, speciation would have occurred. Humanity would no longer be a single species. But evolution does not only shape our bodies. It shapes our minds. Modern life is selecting for new cognitive traits. The ability to process vast amounts of information, multitask, and adapt quickly to technological change may become increasingly valuable. Individuals who thrive in high information environments may have subtle advantages. At the same time, social structures are shifting. Urban environments reward different behaviors than small tribal communities. Cooperation, abstract thinking, and long-term planning may become even more central to survival. Some researchers suggest that human evolution is becoming more focused on social intelligence rather than physical strength. Our survival increasingly depends on collaboration across large networks. Yet there is another possibility, and it is more controversial. Some argue that modern medicine reduces natural selection. In the past, many genetic conditions prevented survival or reproduction. Today, advanced healthcare allows individuals with a wide range of genetic variations to survive and have children. This could increase genetic diversity within the human population. While diversity is generally beneficial, it also changes the dynamics of evolution. Selection pressures shift away from survival in harsh environments toward adaptation within complex societies. Evolution does not stop because we have hospitals. It simply responds to new realities. There is also the concept of sexual selection. Humans do not choose partners randomly. Preferences influence which genes are passed on. In the digital age, dating algorithms and social media exposure may shape mate choice in new ways. Traits associated with status, intelligence, appearance, or charisma could become amplified over generations. Cultural preferences may indirectly drive biological change. If different societies maintain distinct cultural preferences for many generations, those preferences could contribute to gradual divergence. Now let us consider a deeper philosophical question. What does it mean to be human? Is humanity defined purely by DNA? Or is it defined by consciousness, language, and shared identity? If a genetically modified group diverges physically but still shares our culture and values, are they a new species? Biology might say yes. Philosophy might hesitate. Throughout history, humans have divided themselves based on superficial differences. The idea of multiple human species carries ethical risks. It forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about equality, identity, and rights. If enhanced humans emerge, would they see themselves as superior? Would natural humans feel threatened? Speciation in the future may not just be biological. It could be social and political. And yet, evolution is indifferent to our emotions. It is a process driven by variation, inheritance, and differential success. Let us explore one more possibility: radical environmental change. If a global catastrophe drastically reduces the human population, isolated survivor groups might adapt to unique conditions. Perhaps some live underground due to radiation. Others survive in floating ocean habitats. Others retreat to dense forests. Each environment would impose its own selection pressures. Over thousands of years, physical differences could accumulate. Differences in height, metabolism, immune function, and even sensory perception might emerge. In such a future, Earth could host multiple post-human species, each adapted to a specific niche. This is not science fiction without basis. Similar divergence has occurred many times in evolutionary history. A single ancestral species gave rise to the diversity of primates. One branch became us. The timeline for speciation varies. In some organisms, it can happen relatively quickly. In large mammals, it usually takes hundreds of thousands to millions of years. But technology could compress this timeline dramatically. Genetic engineering could introduce changes in a single generation. Artificial wombs and reproductive technologies could accelerate selective breeding. Cultural isolation combined with biological modification could speed divergence beyond anything seen before. There is also the possibility that humans will intentionally avoid speciation. Global communication and interbreeding could maintain genetic unity. Ethical frameworks may limit genetic modification. Space colonies may regularly exchange populations with Earth to prevent divergence. In that case, humanity might remain a single species while still evolving internally. Evolution does not guarantee separation. It guarantees change. Let us imagine a far future scenario. 10,000 years from now, Earth humans have adapted to intense technological integration. Their brains interface seamlessly with artificial intelligence. They possess enhanced memory and direct neural communication. Meanwhile, a Martian population has evolved in low gravity. Their bodies are elongated. Their skin has developed increased radiation protection. Their physiology is optimized for the Martian environment. On an ocean world colony, humans have adapted to aquatic habitats. Web digits have reappeared through genetic engineering. Lung capacity has expanded. Vision has shifted for underwater clarity. Each group considers itself human. But biologically, they may no longer be compatible. Would they still feel like one family? Speciation does not erase shared ancestry. All life on Earth shares a common origin. Yet that shared origin does not prevent biological diversity. The deeper truth is that evolution is not a ladder. It is a branching tree. Humanity is one branch today. Tomorrow, it could become many. But there is another possibility, and it may be the most surprising of all. What if humans evolve not into something physically different, but into something psychologically different? Consciousness itself may evolve. As our understanding of neuroscience grows, we may learn to enhance empathy, reduce aggression, and expand cognitive awareness. Cultural evolution already moves faster than biological evolution. If we can intentionally shape our behavior, values, and intelligence, we may undergo a transformation more profound than any physical change. The new species may not look different. It may think differently. And perhaps that is the real evolution already underway. Human language, art, science, and philosophy have reshaped the planet. We are the first species capable of reflecting on our own evolution. That awareness gives us power, but it also gives us responsibility. If we direct our evolution carelessly, we risk fragmentation and inequality. If we guide it wisely, we may expand human potential beyond anything previously imagined. The idea of evolving into a new species can feel distant, even abstract. But consider how different modern humans are from our ancestors just 50,000 years ago. Culture, technology, and cognition have transformed dramatically. Biologically, we remain Homo sapiens. But the seeds of divergence are already present in our choices. The future of evolution is no longer purely natural. It is participatory. We stand at a turning point in the history of life. For billions of years, evolution operated without intention. Now, a species has emerged that can edit its own genome, colonize other planets, and merge with machines. Whether we remain one species or become many will depend on how we navigate technology, ethics, and survival. Perhaps one day, distant descendants will look back at us as their common ancestor. They may study our fossils and digital archives. They may speak languages we cannot understand. They may inhabit worlds we have never seen. And they may ask the same question we are asking today. Where did we come from? The answer will trace back to this moment, when humanity began to consciously shape its own destiny. Evolution is not just something that happened to us. It is something we are becoming. If you enjoyed exploring this possibility, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Information World for more deep and mind-expanding journeys into science and the future.